Hey everybody, this is daytime number of the beast again. I just uploaded a video talking about building project area I got going on, and it just occurred to me after I uploaded it that I didn't really go into better detail about how to work with the making the garbage bags that I did on here, and instead of just deleting the file and just starting all over again, I decided, well, what the heck, do a little ad hoc video here. And again, I'm sorry about that. That's what I get for just sitting here and rambling all damn day. But anyway, like I said, this is a kind of a real simple thing you do for urban terrain. I was originally inspired by by an idea from another channel, TheTerrainTutor, who was showing off some ideas of how he did garbage bags. And I kind of took his idea and changed it around a little, make it a little bit more to my taste. And unfortunately, I'm a little finicky about certain details. So what I did, to adopt his idea, first off, let's start off with a small square of oddly enough garbage bag. This is one of the large 55-gallon drum liners that you use for like lawn clippings and whatnot, or after that really big party. And what you can do is just cut a small square about 3 to 4 inches wide, and just what you want to do is just find something solid you can put inside. Some people suggest green stuff, which is, in my opinion, a little too expensive to do, especially for a lot of garbage bags. You can use like leftover cuttings from other parts, like on here when I was working on the building, I had to cut all these bricks, so I used some of the leftovers to make some of the garbage bags here, which you can sort of tell is why a lot of these are different than the other ones. Also, one of the things you want to keep in mind is when you whatever filler you use, you'll need to decide what shape it's going to be, like if it's going to be a flat bottom, if it's going to sit on be the first layer of garbage bags as a pile of the trash, or if it's going to be on top, which you may get away with being more rounded. Here's one of the original cutouts I used to make the bricks with. It's these a little smaller than what was here, but one of the things I did was I would often cut it in half and get a nice little flat bottom there and kind of round top, and depending on what level or what layer you can put it in, you can just stick your little solid object in the middle and kind of wrap it up like you would like a candy. If you remember I Love Lucy, there was a great episode where she got caught up in a candy factory. Anyway, and you see, got a nice flat bottom where you can just use that as the beginning layer, and just don't have to worry about dealing with things rolling around. But for most of the garbage bags I did here, I actually used marbles. These are your traditional classic glass marbles. You can go to Walmart and get about a bag of 50 for about $1.50, and 50 marbles in one large marble, and you just use that as your center, and just take that and, like I said before, wrap it up like a candy and twist. And the next step is some people would use a thread, like a embroidery thread, or even just regular string. I personally like to use floral wire. This is nice, rather solid wire, and in a minute you'll see why. Because I had a hard time tying knots on these, so just take a little bit of floral wire and then wrap it around the stem, and then just kind of wrap it around a couple of times, and get these out in the same direction, and snip snip. And you can see the wire actually holds its shape pretty well. And next step, I'll take a pair of needle nose pliers, try to get a better grip on these, And just twist them around a little. Not coming out as nice as I like it to, but hey, work with what you can get. And just snip that. And just take the rest of your plastic there and just cut. And ta-da! You can maybe spread out just a little bit, but looks like your typical garbage bag you'll see on the side of the street. For about $3, I had enough marbles to make over 100. Here's the old large marble you get with the 50. This makes a fairly nice large bag to you either use that as the base for the pile or just as maybe as a prize marker or goal or whatever. Like if you're, I don't know, get some kind of weird game with zombies or homeless people and you're fighting over garbage or something. But you got a nice there. But and also one other thing is instead of just doing black, you want to spice up a little by adding some more color. This is a plastic bag from Walmart. This is one from Hobby Lobby, and just look around, see what other colors you can find in fast food places or the grocery stores or whatever. Try to add some more color to things so that not all the garbage bags are all black and everything, and just kind of blends together. The one-word advice when you're using some other plastic bag. For the thin ones like Walmart, Hobby Lobby, or wherever, you may want to double up on them, especially if there's a lot of writing. You'll want to cut your squares so that there's some writing on there, and then just use that as the second layer, the inner layer, when you wrap it around the marble or your solid object, and that will kind of hide any writing that might be a little distracting. Or worst case, if you cannot do anything about that, just use it as the second layer or the first layer to build everything up top on, so that you don't have to look at that. One little problem I did have with these marbles is that, as you can tell, they do kind of roll around. One of the things I tried doing is you may want to just take your first one, just kind of glue it down, and I would grab the empty one, wouldn't I? Just take a little bit of glue and just stick that there. And since we are talking about urban environments, especially one that's probably been seeing lots of combat, and there's always going to be dust and everything, what you can do is take a little bit of sand, especially when you got a nice puddle of super glue. That's not so much for that. And ta-da, it will stand up. Or one thing you can do is when you glue your first one and then try to stack up some more, you want to apply a good layer of glue on top of all the nooks and crannies, then throw some sand on that. That'll help kind of hold everything together. That will kind of make a more solid mass, especially when you could be seeing a lot of gaming with these. And that should be about it for that. Like I said, mix it up. Try to add other things, like tires or wheels or boxes. Anything you may want to find. I've seen some good tips on how to make your own pallets, which I'll be experimenting with sometime later. But gotta stack them around. Make sure you can block line of sight, and which is pretty much what the main purpose of terrain is, just to do that. I keep some of these old figures around just to be the proper stand-ins on deciding when terrain's high enough or not. But anyway, this is Daytime Member of the Beast again. I'm sorry about last video, and hopefully this is more instructive and filled in the holes that the last video I did skipped over. Anyway, see you next time.